Hey guys, Dave here from Wolf in the Wilds. Doing an overnight camp tonight. Got a little bit of extra time. My last camp trip was a little bit of a disaster. It was still fun, but you know, a little bit of a disaster. So we're doing an overnight tonight, and I'm doing it with just what I'm carrying on a new tactical vest I just got, which I will show you once I find a campsite. So let me see, it was late April. I did my first hammock camp ever, and I'm back in that same area where I did that hammock camp, and I don't know if I'm going to camp in the same spot or a different spot. I haven't decided yet. But the only complaint that I had about that particular camp trip was I was incredibly overweight, very overladen with gear. So this time, I brought my hammock, I brought my tarp, but I only have what I can carry on my new tactical vest. And that includes one camera and a tripod. And right now I'm filming on my iPhone, so the quality's probably not going to be all that great, and I apologize for that. But when I get to camp and I switch to the camera, I will show off the tactical vest. So I'll sign off right now and stop yammering. And when I find a campsite or if I come across something interesting, I'll get back to you. So after wandering around for maybe 2 hours, I went back to the place that I camped out when I was first here. There's a huge difference between spring and like late summer, early fall, because it is so overgrown, and the whole shoreline of the river, which was a sandy beach, is now completely filled up with stinging nettle and Joe Pye weed. So, not the best place for a camp. So I'm in a small little area that I'm pretty sure will work, and I can get some access to the river. I just have to cut back a little bit of stinging nettle. But it is relatively close, and I think I can get my hammock up. So yeah, this is where I'm going to be for the night. So now I'm going to readjust my camera and do basically a gear loadout for you. So, oh, actually. So, here it is. And I, of course, also brought my fishing pole. And on the back part here, on some straps, is where I had the tripod, and then there is where the camera goes into, and yeah, so that's everything I brought other than a cup of coffee when I marched in here. And I was marching around, I was, you know, kind of doing whatever. Now, I don't just throw garbage randomly, you know, into the woods kind of thing. Whatever I bring in, I either burn it or I bring it. So I'm walking along my coffee cup, and lo and behold, I have, and that one's a little overripe actually, but I have a whole cup load of mayapple. So that's going to be a nice, tasty treat once I get everything set up. So let's readjust the camera and get this gear load out shot for you. All right. So, first of all, as always, my Selkirk with the ferro rod attached to it. So that's always. All right. My North 49 Microlite sleeping bag, good to 10 degrees Celsius. It's supposed to be around 14 Celsius, I think, tonight. So I'll be okay in that. My water bottle with life straw. Anybody who's watched my channel before knows that I rarely do anything without coffee. I'm Scandinavian descent. My family is immigrated from Finland, and look it up, Finland is the largest consumer of coffee of any other country in the world. So my sort of French press coffee cup, or whatever. Camera. Little pot. Ain't that cute? My nephew gave that to me. So, coffee whitener, chicken noodle soup, apple cinnamon oatmeal, 2 packs of sugar, and 4 tea bags. And this is the President's Choice Chocolate Chai. If you haven't tried this and you like chai, try it. If you don't try it, it's awesome. It's so good. I love it. So, and of course, it's me. I brought an MRE. So tonight for dinner, I am having beef ravioli in meat sauce. I also have the plastic camp cutlery. Camp cutlery. It's by Camp from Dollarama. I brought, and coffee. And that's not everything for food, because my sunglasses. I also brought my Bannock, which I know I did a previous video, I think, where I talked about I don't do regular Bannock like normal kind of whatever. I do equal parts of spelt, rye flour, self-rising white flour, powdered milk, and just a little bit of salt. So that's that. I also have a flashlight. I have 2 actually, so there's another one here. Okay, they're both rechargeable. But if for some reason, you know, something happens and I have to make it out of here at night, I want to make sure that I have flashlights, so I have a spare. Okay. I have a bandana. And I have sunscreen. So I don't do very well with too much sun. I probably won't need it, but I tend to carry it anyway. I carry it around. Okay. Hand sanitizer. Some fire starting little briquette kind of stuff. A Bic lighter. And a book of matches. So couple that with the ferro rod on my knife. I got fire covered. This is the alcohol stuff. So I can use this to start a fire if that, for whatever reason, fails. So. A dollar store first aid kit. Just a minor boo-boo kit, you know, kind of whatever. Larry the Cable Guy, rump wipes, some more wipes. So not really much for first aid or personal hygiene, but it's, you know, this is a lightweight overnight kind of thing, which I just got yesterday. I bought the vest yesterday and I just sort of threw everything together. So this is, you know, sort of a test and, you know, see what I need, what I don't need, you know, kind of whatever. My headlamp, which I take to every camp trip, and sort of a camp multi-tool idea. Like it's not a multi-tool, but it's got a bunch of different, it's got a compass that probably doesn't work. It's got a whistle and a ferro rod with its own striker. So I bought that ages ago. It's stayed in my camp pack. Like, I've had this thing well over a year, and as you can see, I've never even used the ferro rod. So I took it out and just sort of shoved it off to the side. I don't actually have a ferro rod for this kit yet, so, you know, there we go. We just slam that in, and I'm good. Okay. In this large pouch, I have all my cordage, paracord, and some bank line. My Silky Gone Boy, and my tarp. Then I have my hammock, and then the lower pouch I have my chair, which actually hasn't been featured. I'm hoping to put it together this time. And the tree straps for my hammock, and that's it. That's pretty much that's all. Oh, and now where? Oh, that's not it. Nope, I did that. In here, sort of a little rip pouch, I have a little cleaning cloth for the camera lens. So that is everything. Now, I'd like to say minimalist, but I mean, I got a lot of stuff in this thing. Lightweight would probably be a better way to put it. But yeah, that's everything I brought for this camp trip. So let me just sort of get my hammock set up and maybe dig a fire pit, get a few things done, and I'll get back to you. tied this a little bit high, but whew, not bad. Let me see now. Can I? Oh, yeah, that's a bit better. Chair in a bag. Not my idea. I saw it. I saw it a while back on some YouTube channel. I really can't remember. Whoever thought of this, awesome, genius. You know, I brought in this chair, that. All the rest of it's just materials that I picked up around my campsite. So, very, very nice. Well thought out. Lightweight, comfortable. Could use a few adjustments, but no, it's comfy. And very portable. I like it. So, my last camp trip where I capsized my canoe, the point of that camp trip partially was to showcase my new chair. And I don't know, say a thank you to whoever thought this up, because genius. Oh. All right, so I got my chair, and I got the hammock and the tarp, and let's see if I found a bunch of mayapple. And while I was putting up camp, I noticed, yeah, you can kind of see, wild grapes. There's wild grapes all over this area. So that is awesome. Now, on top of that, there's got to be fish in the river. I've got clams out of the river. There's probably no ramps growing at this time of year, but there's stinging nettle all to the side of me, which is edible. And I saw some giant ragweed on the way in here, which is also edible. So even if I didn't have an MRE and some chicken noodle soup and whatever, I could totally make a meal in here. And I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fish or not. The river's still going pretty quickly, but maybe I can hike down to where there's a bend in the river, and maybe there'll be a little area that I can fish in there. I'm going to give it a try at some point, but yeah. Other than a fire pit, campsite's set, so I'm going to do that now. Little boy, get out of my fire pit. Get out of my fire pit. Where you going? Get out. Get out of my fire pit. Get out of the fire pit. Get out of the fire pit. Time to get some water. The river's running fairly strong, and it's got some sediment in it, so I'm gonna use my bandana to fill my canteen, and then I'll drink with my life straw. Always point your bottle, canteen, whatever, downriver when you're filling, and it'll help keep some of the crud out of your water. Pretty clear. The life straw should do just fine. Getting a little buggy out, and I didn't bring any insect repellent for two reasons. One, I didn't have a can small enough to fit into the vest. Two, I'm probably not going to swim in the river, and I don't like to sleep with a bunch of bug repellent all over me. So, you know, it's just, it's time to light a fire. Long story short. A little bit of, everything's so wet. Because it stormed, it rained really bad. Everything's so wet, and I meant to bring, I think it was called Quickfire or whatever. Totally forgot, but I was going to do a review for you guys, and I totally forgot to bring it, but I did remember just to throw a minor fire kit into the vest, so I have other means to get fire. But I really did want to try that quick fire. Okay. Fire bricks from Dollar Tree, no good. No good at all. And sanitizer, on the other hand, which I'm pretty sure I got at KW Surplus in Kitchener, but I mean it's hand sanitizer with alcohol. You get that everywhere. But yeah, these fire starting kind of whatever from Dollar Tree, they're no good. No good at all. Okay, so like I say, other than, you know, the ferrule rod on my knife. Okay, so that goose was protesting a little too loudly. Wow. So yeah, little fire starters, matches, lighter, and hand sanitizer. That's my fire starting type stuff. See if we can get this going. Like I say, everything's just soaked. dead grapevine off the ground is actually pretty dry. So I'd like to be a little deeper into the woods for this video, but I got to go to work tomorrow, so I'm camping just on the outskirts of London, as opposed to, you know, where I like to, up in Muskoka or whatever, and that's why you can hear people driving their muscle cars or Harley Davidsons or, you know, kind of whatever. But you know what? I'm in a woodland-like setting, and I'm still enjoying myself. And I will be in Muskoka very soon, once again. Which I think next camp will be at my regular campsite that I've had for years and years and years. Because I haven't been there in a little while, and I just kind of miss the place. So, there we go. We got fire going. So I'm fast running at a light, and I probably won't be doing much more recording after this, but I just wanted to do a quick little, I don't know, video kind of segment about dinner. Would have helped if I got my knife first. So, we're having a beef ravioli MRE. That's the ravioli. We'll call them crackers. They're not. Ooh, cheese spread for the crackers. Hopefully the cheese spread tastes better than the so-called crackers. And oh, my favorite lemon lime drink mix. It's like Gatorade. I love the lemon lime so much. Okay, here we are. That, and do we have, yep. So that's like the nutritional information and, you know, kind of whatever, because, you know, we have to have that on everything. So we take this little pouch. And of course, it's gonna mess up my video. We're gonna put, where's the fill line here? There it is. Little bit of water in it. This is going to produce hydrogen gas, by the way, if you use these things. Keep them away from your campfire. Just for anybody who doesn't know why, Google search Hindenburg. Slide that in there, and then my raviolis. Slide them in there. And we'll just put them off to the side to heat up while I go through the rest of what I got here. Okay. So, black beans in
seasoned sauce. Black beans are, it's a superfood, protein, carbohydrates. If you're camping, if you're in the bush, especially for an extended period of time, you're gonna start feeling kind of a low. Black beans will bring you right out of that. You want to eat those. Hot chocolate. My condiment pack with a fresh nap, salt and pepper, and a napkin and a spoon. And there's usually coffee and coffee whitener. Well, there's usually something that they call coffee and coffee whitener. Don't drink the coffee. I know coffee, that's not coffee. Okay, if I'm telling you don't drink the coffee, you can take that to the bank. Is that? Yeah, coffee. Fire. Salt, pepper, 2 packs of sugar, coffee whitener, a wet nap, a napkin, and a really like robust spoon. It's not crummy. And chocolate pudding. Just add water. I lucked out. That is awesome. The the mixed nuts are pretty good. The dried fruit is pretty good. But you know what? For the fat guy in the woods, chocolate pudding. Yeah. All right. So that's my dinner, and it's getting way too dark to shoot anymore, so I'm not gonna film me eating any of that. But do not forget, for dessert, I have a whole cup of Mayapple. So I might not eat the chocolate pudding right away. I might eat the Mayapple and save the chocolate pudding for later. I don't know, but that's dinner and maybe a little bit of breakfast. You never know. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you in the morning.
Guys, way too early in the morning. Come back in a little while. Hey guys, good morning. Water on for coffee. We got Mayapple for breakfast. Absolutely delicious. The seeds are supposed to be poisonous. So, hence the spitting. The ones around here seem to have a lot of seeds in them too. So, kind of a drag. If you've never had Mayapple, I urge you to try it. It's almost like it should be a tropical fruit. But they're poisonous until they're fully ripe. So if it looks like a little lime, don't eat it. If it looks like a little lemon, bright yellow, then it's
it's ready to be eaten. Unfortunately, deer, raccoons, things like that, they can eat them before we can. So by the time they're fully ripe and we can eat them, there's usually not that many left for us. But still really good. Get this coffee going. This poor little guy. Can't really seem to get a good lighting. I was sitting there waiting for my water to boil. The dog freaks out. And this little guy climbs up the tree. He's all cold and wet. He must have fell in the river. But he's literally just outside the perimeter of the camp. So the dog's got him treed and there's nowhere for him to go. MRE cheese spread and crackers. It's 8:30 in the morning. I got my coffee. I ate like almost a dozen of the Mayapple, and look at that, eh? Living like kings. Even our raccoon visitor had some of Baron's dog food. Used it to entice him down out of the tree. And he ate and he took off. And now Baron's all calm and collected again. So drink my coffee, and then I might drink another coffee. I'll have my MRE breakfast here, and then I'll probably start packing up to get out of here. Although I didn't use my fishing rod at all, so I don't know. Maybe I'll do a little fishing, maybe I won't. I haven't decided yet. But this is a nice little campsite. It's not far into the bush. I'm not all that secluded, but you know, it's still a nice little campsite, and I'll probably come back. Oh, so it's 10:30. We're all packed up, ready to go. The dog and I just climbed that hill because it cuts probably 10 or 15 minutes off of our journey back to my truck, and it's a little bit steeper than I thought it was. So feeling a little winded, stopping for a quick break and shooting this video just so that I have the excuse to stop because I'm old and winded. So boy oh boy, that was a heck of a climb, even with the lightweight gear. The fishing pole kind of gets caught on a lot of stuff. So all right, and off I go. Come on, Baron, let's go home.